Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Dropping Dimes podcast by J.I. Dimes. Yeah, so for today, we'll be talking about the latest transactions from the National Basketball Association. Yes, sir. So for today, we'll be focusing on the Chris Paul deal that sent the veteran all-star to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, a 2022 first-round pick, and Jalen Leck. Okay? And then, of course, we will also talk about the potential James Harden deal. And then just before the recording, we also had another Woj bomb regarding Jrue Holiday. So that is what's up for today's episode. So let's start it off with the Chris Paul deal. So as mentioned earlier, we had again Chris Paul going now to the Phoenix Suns to team up with Devin Booker, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton as they try to make it back to the playoffs after a very long drought. Okay, so we will be talking about now the goods, the pros and cons of this Chris Paul deal. So let's start first with the pros, of course. So of course they get a veteran all-star here in Chris Paul, who just led OKC to the playoffs and almost made it to the second round. We don't really know if this will allow Devin Booker to stay. It's the worst kept secret in basketball that Devin Booker wants out. So we don't know if this will be enough for Booker to actually stay. But then, of course, again, they're getting a veteran point guard in Chris Paul who can lead this young team. And right now, if you look at their lineup, they might be vying for probably the sixth seed at best, or trying to fight for the seventh and eighth seed in the West. Right? So that's, of course, if you're a team who has not made the playoffs for a long time, of course, that is going to be a good thing for you if you have a chance to make it. But of course, for Chris Paul, now let's go to some of the cons. Of course, they did give up Kelly Oubre, who's now with the OKC Thunder. They also gave up Ricky Rubio in their process, who is, of course, a lot younger than Chris Paul. Of course, that's why that this is my problem with this. Yes, they're getting Chris Paul as their leader, but then Chris Paul is also not getting any younger, right? So they gave up a first round pick. They gave up Jalen Leck, who showed a lot of potential. They gave up a very young upcoming star in Kelly Oubre. And then they also uh, gave up Ricky Rubio, who I said was relatively younger. So, of course, Chris Paul, I never question his greatness. But then, of course, we don't really know. What if, he has had his history of injuries? What if he gets injured? That might not be good news for the Suns, right? But of course, we're hoping for the best. We hope that Chris Paul can stay healthy, play well with Devin Booker, and hopefully the Phoenix Suns make it back to the playoffs, right? So of course I do feel bad for Chris Paul, who, when we all found out about this trade, because Chris Paul has never had a chance to play on a really really great team, right? He's played on a lot of very good teams, but not a great team. So it seems like, if of course, if this will be the trend, then maybe Chris Paul, I don't know, maybe he might never get that chance to play on a so-called great team for that matter, right? So of course we're wishing Chris Paul all the best and the Phoenix Suns. For OKC, on the other hand, well, it's all good. They got a lot of picks from the Clippers last year. This time they're gonna get another pick from the Suns. And then aside from that, they got really a really nice young player in Kelly Oubre. And who knows, the potential of Jalen Leck if he can, start playing more minutes. Maybe we can really see what he can do. He's very young. So it's exciting for OKC. They have so many pieces now, so many assets that they can really uh, build around or build their team around, with those assets. So nothing but positives for the OKC Thunder. And then, of course, in some other news, of course, we also have this one. Yeah, Jrue Holiday going to the Bucks. Yes, sir. So I think to be very clear about it, it was it was a way for it was a direct message from this call this the Milwaukee Bucks that they're serious about trying to build a contender. So they get Drew Holiday here in the process. So let's see how that's gonna work. Of course, they had to give up some pieces like George Hill, Dante DiVincenzo, etc. But then the bottom line is they're getting a guy here in Drew Holiday who will, provide not just offense but defense as well. Will that keep Giannis happy? We don't know. We don't really know if that's gonna keep Giannis happy. But well, the Bucks are hoping it does, right? That it does keep Giannis happy as well. And then, of course, in another trade, Robert Covington got traded for Trevor Ariza. So Covington will be going to the Portland Trail Blazers. Okay, and then of course the rumors as well on James Harden. And it started a few days back that Philadelphia was like the top destination, or was probably the place that James Harden will be ending up with. But then just after that, then the Brooklyn Nets all of a sudden came into the scene, right? Unexpectedly. And then, of course, the very telling event when Harden declined his extension to as his way of telling the Houston Rockets, you know what? I'm out of here. And he wants to go, of course, to a championship contending team that is per Woj as well, right? That Harden is really focused now on winning. Of course, he sees the Nets as an opportunity because of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And then, of course, the Bucks because Giannis is there. I just don't know how Giannis and Harden will fit, right? They've had some history as well, but who knows, right? And then, of course, Giannis also had some interesting comments regarding the Miami Heat. We don't know if he's gonna end up there, but as of the moment, he's with the Bucks. But then he's also very much aware that it's a business and he wants to win. I think he's not satisfied anymore on just winning individual awards. He now wants to win. Okay, so that's it for our episode for today. Again, we thank our sponsors, Yo and Yes. Thank you also to Snuggle Moments PH, Esquina, Cebu NLEX, hashtag Esquina na yan, and of course, Gift Mo PH. Thank you as well. Right? Thank you to all our followers on Instagram, Facebook, and then those who are listening to us on Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. So we hope you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell. We'll see you on the next episode of the Dropping Dimes podcast by J.I. Dimes. Keep safe, everyone.